You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Brian here. Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here hanging with you guys. Roadshow coming at you guys right now, real time in the beautiful Chicagoland area. Doing a couple shop tours, zipping down the road, hopefully the highway. Sounds a little bit better on this side of town than it did when I first tried this out, leaving Michigan, and the roads in Michigan are absolutely brutal. And not only are they brutal, imagine driving in an F-250 or an F-350 with some beefed up springs with that snow plow prep package. My voice was yo, driving down the road for about 10 minutes where I just said to myself, there's no way this audio is going to be usable. And then got into town on basically Monday late night, coming from Michigan, 5 hours. Basically got in about midnight Chicago time, 1 a.m. back at home time. Spending all day here in Chicago, filming a shop tour, and then tomorrow morning, filming a second shop tour. And today's podcast episode, I wanted to talk about really getting organized and really how our Mondays have changed this year and even last year, and how it's really helped me to get more organized on our schedule, keep the guys moving while I'm able to zip out, do different miscellaneous tasks like this, but also keep work selling, keep work coming in, and how it's just allowed us, honestly, to stay organized as a group. If you guys are new here to the podcast, I run a lawn and landscape business up here in Metro Detroit, Michigan, and we have about 3 full-time guys. We have 3 part-time, I call them kids, working for us, an 18-year-old, a 17-year-old, and then another 17-year-old who's turning 18. 2 are in high school. One just is in his freshman year of college, just got out, finished that up. So things are growing, and actually just the other day we made a new hire, this 18-year-old kid, and he's been great. Guys love him. He's got a great work ethic, great attitude, and he's really going to be kind of flip-flopping between the Mow crew and then doing landscaping with myself, and or doing some activities on the Mow crew while I can get maybe Mark or Ryan off the main Mow crew to help me with some landscaping. And really the idea is, like, our company's growing. Everybody knows that nobody has a defined role other than let's get the work done. Folks are getting cross-trained left and right. We're developing different skill sets left and right. And they know that it's wet paint. One day we might be mowing. The next day we might be mulching. The next day we might be pruning. Who's taking the main rig out? Let's learn all the lawns. Let's learn all the routes. Let's all get comfortable with the crew app, with LMN. And so much more, folks, as you guys can imagine. Well, with that comes a lot of new things, a lot of new communication, a lot of new expectations, a lot of, folks, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. There's a lot of new everything every day, every week, right? And so I have a running list on my notepad, on my phone, on the Notes app, about weekly meetings and about topics that we need to cover. And so really this kind of started even last year. We didn't really adhere to it as much as I would have liked. And that was one of the conversations that I had with all the guys. Hey, what do you need more out of me in 2024 to make sure we're on the same sheet of music? And it was meetings. It was last year monthly meetings on the first of the month, usually let's say a Monday or the first Monday of the month. We would link up, powwow for an hour, get things off our chest, good, bad, ugly, and then talk about our wins, talk about the month, talk about where we're going. And that was extremely helpful. Well, we kind of maybe got a little astray on that. Some months we do it, some months we wouldn't. And so you guys can imagine, you just get in the grind, you just get in the hustle and bustle, you get in the workflow. And for guys that know what they're doing, it's just rinse, sell, repeat. Do the work, get done, checking, do the work, get done. Hey, something blew up or broke. Okay, let's get it fixed, get it up to Weingart's, our dealer. Rinse and repeat. And that can go on for days, weeks, months sometimes, especially if you got great guys, and not really check in and see what's going on. And so nothing really negative or bad in that regard, but it doesn't really keep that open line of communication as well as it should, that the crew probably needs from the owner and that the owner needs from the crew. And so long story short, we're doing way more company meetings every 2 weeks on Monday. We are doing a team meeting for the first hour on Monday. And that has been adhered to for about 2.5 months now. And, you know, of course, when we have rain days, the guys are still getting together. We are spending more time at my shop. Nothing crazy. I've got a 40 by 60 pole barn at my house. It's literally packed to the hilt. I could build an 8120 and probably fill it tomorrow, just knowing how much crap we have and how much we're looking to grow. And some of you guys can relate. You know, they say as soon as you get a barn, 40 by 60, you know, whatever size it is, it doesn't even matter. You're going to fill it up in about 3 weeks. And that is the truth. So, that being said, though, we're still getting together on rain days with this rolling whiteboard I got on Amazon for like $200. And it's actually, folks, I'm telling you, it's actually been very, very helpful. And so I want to go full circle to what's working for us and what's working for myself as an owner of a company, trying to keep 4 or 5 guys going all the time, 2 part-time guys that are here midweek, during the week, or even weekend work. Everybody's schedule for the new guys are a little bit more fluid, but there's a lot of coordination. There's a lot going on. Imagine too, guys, you gotta, you know, just look at where my life is, finishing up a 12, 13 month build with a home. We got about another 2 months left, home stretch here. I can't believe it's already been a year. My son just turned a year old a week ago. My daughter's in gymnastics, music class, and soccer. Okay, we're doing the whole thing because why not? Because we're crazy. Let's go. Give them that experience. Building the home, got the kids, birthday parties, making sure Liz and I try to get a date night, you know, every week or two. Keeping her happy, making sure our marriage is solid. Oh, we have brother and sister-in-laws. Oh, we have my brother Adam with Brandon Bull that I'm trying to coach and mentor every 2 weeks. We've got an assistant, Bethany, we're checking in with every 2 weeks. We've got the social media dropping 3 YouTube videos a week, 3 podcasts a week, you know, 1 or 2 Instagram posts a day. I want to make sure I'm still a good son to my mom. You know, Mother's Day is coming up. Making sure I got podcasts, checking in with Mr. Producer. Hey, where we at on ads and schedules and who's paying bills and all this different mess. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. And as you guys can imagine, as your guys' company grows and as my company has grown more in the last couple of years, we're spinning a lot of plates. We want to make sure the plates don't get wobbly, and sometimes they get wobbly, and that's okay. It's an unbalanced life. And, you know, you guys have heard me talk about that at length. But making sure that you're communicating with folks has been the number one thing that I'm trying to get better with and get better at in 2024. Yes, I want to read more books. Yes, I want to become a better business person. Yes, I want to become more astute, have a higher aptitude on what I'm doing as a businessman, networking with more people, talking to more people. But at the end of the day, like, I have to make sure that I'm not a bottleneck in the organization. Any opportunity that I can delegate, automate, dictate, you know, Mark Bradley and I, you know, Mark shared that with us, and we did a podcast on that about 2 months ago. Anything I can do to keep people moving that doesn't rely on me is the true definition of a business owner, and something that it can make money for me, quote unquote, right? That's the idea here, is to have businesses that make you a profit. And I'm not the turning mechanism to like keep these machines moving. And so that's my goal, right? What can I do to empower folks? What can I do to keep the companies moving and growing with or without me, right? And so what I've noticed is that I need more communication. My team needs more communication. We did a review with our assistant about a month ago, and I asked her, you know, towards the tail end, what can I do to give you the tools you need to grow? And she said, I just need more communication. Where are we at? We got a lot going on. And so we're meeting every 2 weeks. And so what I wanted to just implore you guys is that, you know, sometimes you have to slow down to speed up, right? Sometimes you have to take a few minutes and get things out of your head and get them on paper and get them into a system. Okay. And for us personally, what I've found to be extremely important, and this isn't some guru sauce, this isn't, hey, everybody needs to do this. I'm just telling you what's working for me, is that I have 2 anchor calendar days for myself. Thursday is my social media business day. My podcasting recording day. I'm on webinars day. I'm getting with onboard specialists from LMN day. I do as much as I can to work on the company's quote unquote, my social media business for sure on Thursday. Monday is my Brian's Law maintenance. Where are we at for the company? Keep everybody there on the same page. That's my Monday. Most of quotes and bids go out on Monday that I got from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're touching base with commercial accounts and, you know, managing those accounts on Monday. Any expectations or, hey, we missed something, or billing issues. As I'm thinking out loud, Monday is where I spend about 15 to 30 minutes, depending on what I need, and check in with my accounts payable. Okay, that's me making sure that folks are paying our bills and that we don't have anything outstanding after 30, 31 days, if you know what I'm saying. As we continue to grow, we've got more mouths to feed. And you guys will hear this more. I'm sure we'll be talking about it more. And it's one of the number one questions I'm always asking guys that have larger companies. How are you managing cash flow? How are you managing growth? How are you financing growth? How are you paying payroll? Other than making sure that it, clears your account on Wednesday and it's in their account on Friday, if you know what I'm saying. There's a lot to juggle. There's a lot to orchestrate. And so for me personally, being on top of sending out invoices at the end of the month, we send everything end of month, making sure that all of our invoices are paid or, on a very, very short leash. Hey, it's the 31st. I'm checking with all of our accounts. Hey, where are we at? We do expect payment. Please note that there's a late fee that will be assessed if payment is not remitted by such and such date, maybe a week later, maybe 2 week later grace period. If not, just communicate to me when can we expect to see payments. Some folks are like, well, that's tacky. Well, so is, not making payroll and telling your guys, hey, you're not going to see your money on Friday. You're going to see it on Monday. Oh, hopefully. Right. So that's tacky too. So, what's really helped for me is to get things out of my head, write them down on my notes app, write them down on my calendar, or write them down on that whiteboard for our company. Now, if I was showing up to an HQ, I'd be writing these things down on a whiteboard or a whiteboard, painted glass window or wall. Some of these guys have these awesome shops that we've been doing and they have all this stuff coordinated and orchestrated on their walls. Super cool. Building the dream. Some of you guys saw Hidden Creeks, HQ shop tour on the Brands All Maintenance YouTube channel. Freaking phenomenal shop tour. If you guys missed it, I'm telling you, you need to go check it out. $25 million company out of Columbus, Ohio, right? Like these guys have things coordinated, orchestrated, and communicated. But here's the biggest thing. The company, right, at that size, and of course, way before then, was not stuck in, in this example, Jason Cromley's head. Maybe it was at one point, and I'm sure there's a story there too, but at the end of the day, like that stuff is communicated. It's on somebody's checklist, priority list. It is communicated to the team what's the expectations. And so for me, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there listening in, and especially as you look to grow, we have to get things out of our head. The intentionality, the intentions that we all have, is that communicated to your team? Like, I intend to get that piece of equipment fixed. I intend to go knock down those weeds. I intend to get that mulch job done this weekend. Like, are these things that your team knows? And folks, I'm telling you, I don't care if you have one guy, 10 guys, or 100 guys. What are we looking to do as an organization? What is the schedule for the week? What is our schedule for the next 2 weeks? What's the schedule for the month? And I'm telling you, since we have this shop, and you don't need a shop to do this, you can do this right outside of your enclosed trailer or put in a whiteboard in your enclosed trailer on the wall. That's very, very important stuff, to work on a team calendar and a team schedule. I don't care if it's just you and a new guy trimming, right? Write down Monday through Saturday, next 2 weeks. What does the schedule look like? And I'm telling you guys, this is exactly what we've been doing with our Monday meetings, team meetings, because I give the market to a guy. I'm not writing, somebody else is writing. I say, Monday, Mo, Brian's here. Monday, Mo, Tuesday, Mo, Wednesday, Mo, Thursday, Mo. We're a 4-day Mo schedule. Mo, that's the schedule. We're not moving. And there's sometimes maybe we'll have a huge mulch job or a landscape job that we're finishing up, and maybe we'll do that for the first half on a Monday, or pull something on a Tuesday, Wednesday, since it makes sense on the route. And then we'll end up mowing and then bumping something else. So even though we mow Monday through Thursday, like that could change, that could vary. But for example, I said, hey, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're all mowing. Monday evening, Brian drives Chicago. Tuesday, Wednesday, Brian Chicago. Wednesday, Brian webinar at 9 p.m. link. Thursday, Mo. Thursday, capitalize all hands on deck. No matter what, Mo must get done. Because Friday, mulch jobs. Saturday, mulch jobs. Friday, we listed out 2 HOAs a commercial site that we're doing. It's like a 30-yard mulch job. Saturday, 2 15-yard mulch jobs. Actually, a 15-yarder and then a 20-yarder, then a 1.5-yarder. But now the guys know what the expectation is for the week. Are we working Saturday? Well, for our company, we work Saturdays every Saturday through May. After that, we go back to a 5-day-a-week schedule, which is usually 4 days a week of mowing and then like a half-day Friday. And once everything is caught up, flowers and weeding and enhancements are done, we don't have any pruning maybe that week, then Fridays are off. But we're a Monday through Thursday 410s kind of a company. But at least folks know the schedule, the expectations, where they need to be, where I need to be, so on and so forth. And I think, and I know the guys appreciate the communication. I know the guys appreciate the accountability, and they know and they appreciate the heads up. And so, for example, if they don't know that we have a mulch job or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 big mulch jobs scheduled for Friday and Saturday, then that's kind of laissez-faire maybe with mowing on Wednesday or Thursday to make sure the route's finished up. Because they're thinking, hey, no big deal. I'll work a half day. The guys all talk. Yeah, we'll all work a half day on Friday. We'll play catch up. Well, no, we can't do that based on the schedule because we have these huge mulch jobs Friday, Saturday. You know, we looked at the weather forecast at the meeting. What's the weather look like? And here's just a long story short.
Experience success at the Equip Expo in Louisville, Kentucky, October 15th through the 18th. It's the green industry's premier event, covering landscaping, lawn care, and outdoor equipment. Whether you're a new or seasoned pro, there is something for you. Join us for a welcome reception on Tuesday at Churchill Downs. New this year, we have happy hour with the Crashers on Wednesday, a blend of networking and a concert experience. And don't miss Energize, hosted by Brian Fullerton, where you'll get help with marketing, hiring, sales, and purchasing. Thursday night, it's Trace Adkins in concert, and new for 2024, we are introducing our certification center in the West Wing, offering certified courses in pesticide continuing education, turfgrass pesticide application, chemical application, and tree care and shrub. Parking is free. Use code Brian for 50% off your admission ticket. Click the link in the podcast description and join us at Equip October 15th through the 18th.
I have to get my schedule out of my head, my expectations out of my head, my intentions out of my head. I need the guys that have their own inner circle. They're boots on the ground. They're in the field. I'm disconnected because I'm in the office, quote unquote, right? Like that can happen. I need to come together and say, what are you guys seeing? What do you guys need? Do we have any bottlenecks? How's our equipment? What's broken? What needs to be fixed? How is it getting fixed? When is it getting fixed? Where is it getting fixed? Who's taking it? Who's taking it so we don't lose production during the 410s, right? All these different things take coordination. Like, for example, we had a trimmer that basically went in for service. Find out it costs $200 to repair. A new trimmer's $350. We'll part out that trimmer, use it for, parts, and buy a new trimmer. Needed some more 2-stroke oil. Needed some, what else do we need? A couple things. I'm trying to even think what the list was. 2 oil changes on the Exmark Vertexes. Rody racked up 50 hours on both of those. 2.5, 3 weeks into the season. We're going to burn those things up. We are working it, folks. But who's doing oil changes? I don't want to do oil changes on Fridays, Saturdays because we have mulch jobs. On our Tuesday, we do a site, 2 miles down the road from our local dealer. Let's touch base with our dealer. Can we do an Indy, NASCAR, hot drop off in the office or in the parking lot, hot oil change right out their bay doors, or they can bring them into the shop, obviously. Can we do 2 oil changes while the guys are at lunch before or after that site? Right. So we have my foreman. He touched base with Brad at Weingarts in Farmington Hills, Michigan. Brad, here's what we got going on. Tuesday, can we get 2 oil changes at 2 p.m.? Give you an hour. We'll do Jimmy John's. You guys do that. Boom. 2 birds, 1 stone. Pick up a new trimmer, an Echo 2620. Get our old one back. Pick up some, Red Max 2-stroke oil. A couple other miscellaneous things. 2 Bulldog jacks, because the new mowers have those nose jacks, on the Exmark built into the frame now, which is cool. We've got the Ballard Super Jacks for some of the mowers, but at the end of the day, those new mowers for Exmark at least come with a bull nose, so we can use the Bulldog jack to crank those things up. My Exmark Radius that I mow my personal property with has that same bull nose to tie into, so we can use the Bulldog jack, raise up our mower. So we bought 2 because we have crew number 2, and then also I want 1 for my barn at my house to change my mowers. But who's doing this? Who's getting the parts? Who's getting the supplies? What do we need? What's broken? What do we need in the next 5 days? And I know you guys have these same million miscellaneous thoughts go through your head. This is what I'm writing down on my forever notepad. I told you guys I got 1,600 notes now. This is my forever to-do list. This is what I need to do, is communicate this all the time with my foreman, Rob. Rob's communicating this to the guys. But also, every 2 weeks, we brain dump what do we need, where we're at. And then if we're feeling ambitious, talk about some training for a few minutes, something we've noticed, something we've seen, something we're working on, something we're working towards. Talk about big wins, talk shit on some customers that we all hate and that we're trying to cancel, because I'm a real person too. It's not always just sunshine and rainbows. There's times where I'm like, dude, screw this customer. I'm tired of them. They keep, moving the cheese. They're never happy. My guy's like, yeah, they came out and we're, pitching a fit. No problem. Let me communicate, touch base. We'll move on from them. We'll promote them to a new company. Like, these are just real conversations. Or, hey, everybody keep an eye on this lawn. There's, something going on in the backyard, or there's a divot here, or just whatever, right? Something to pay attention to. This last team meeting, it was an hour. It was 30 minutes of just a brain dump. The new guy was there, so we're talking and having a good, powwow first meeting. I said to the guys, hey, you guys, if you don't mind, let's really make sure that we show the new guy love, look out for him. We did about a 15, 20 minute little training onboarding with the basics. And then we talked about the Crew app for about 10 minutes as the guys taught me more about how the Crew app is working, since we got about 2 weeks using it, which is the app from LMN. Again, I'm not in the field punching in, punching out. What are you guys noticing on the routing? What are you guys noticing on the organization? What are you guys noticing that it's doing or not doing? For example, we have a new tab that we created where when people get to the lockers, which is where our guys normally meet Monday through Thursday, which is where our enclosed trailers are, and the newest trailer will be parked there here by end of week. We'll get that operational and put into the fleet. We included a new thing for people to clock into. It's under the unbillable section, and it is a shop time / morning rollout. So when guys punch in, I want everybody punching in so we can start tracking time and labor and hours. Everybody punches in now to unbillable and then shop time / morning rollout. And then once everybody links up and we deploy to the first property, now we're hitting start stop, if you will, on our route. But I originally was like, hey, how are you guys punching in? Where are you guys punching in? I don't even remember, to be honest with you. But they told me what they're doing. I talked to my onboard specialist at LMN and said, here's what I need. I just want to keep track of things. Here's what we came up with. We put that system in place. I communicated it back to the guys a week later at this team meeting I'm talking about. And we were able to now have a uniform, cohesive way for guys to punch in the morning. And it's accurate. It's on time. And now I can individually track, man hours and making sure everybody's punched in. And it's just what works for us. Right. But I wouldn't have known. They wouldn't have known. How long would this have gone on for if we didn't have a team meeting but once a month or every 2 months because we just got tired, burned out, lazy, so on and so forth. So I'm just telling you guys, I want to lead by example. I want to have great culture. I want the guys to know where I'm at. I'm a little bit more unique in this example because I'm 30, 40, 50 hours a week into Brian's Lawn Maintenance, 10, 20 hours a week into social media. My guys are young. They don't have kids or, really any girlfriends or wives. They're just young and working and hustling, making money. I'm 37. I'm building a home. I've got 2 kids. I'm living in a camper. Life is crazy. My wife and I go out a bunch because, we're living in 200 square feet, and that gets, it's just a pressure cooker sometimes. So we need the air out, go to a beach, go to the mall, go anywhere just to get out. That's just the reality of it. I'm making sure that I have a pulse on both of our mental health, if you will. Right. So I tell the guys, hey, I sometimes don't know what you guys need from me or are doing. I need to be on the same sheet of music. It's helping me to stay organized and accountable. Right. So these are just some different things that I was thinking about as I was trying to come up with something that has been working for us and try to quantify it. And I just wrote down on my notes app, I said, get it out of your head. Like, nobody knows what's going on in your company when it's all up inside your head. And the best organizations and the best companies and the best teams, if they're not meeting every day, they're meeting at least once a week, at least once every 2 weeks. And the biggest companies know pull the whole team, the whole company together for a monthly team meeting. And that just allows everybody to get on the same sheet of music, make sure that everybody's harmonious, and really is a multiplier. Really, it is a compounding. It is synergy. One can put 100 to flight, 2 can put 10,000 to flight. You can, when you get both folks on the same side of the cart, pulling the cart, 2 horses, going down the path, okay? And this, by the way, All this needs to be communicated to your spouse. Here's what we covered. Here's what we're talking about. Are you coming into this meeting? So on and so forth. And this just allows everybody, including our family, to be on the same team, okay? These are just some of the different things that I wrote down. I thought this was really helpful, especially on our Monday check-ins. Monday, we have team meetings at 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning. We go for about 30 minutes to an hour. Doesn't cost the guys too much time. They're able to get the route done. Shortly after that, I usually have an 8:30 or 9 o'clock with my onboard specialist at LMN at least once a week. In between there, the team meeting gets done. I make sure Liz is ready to go, help her maybe get a shower in, watch the kids, just real life stuff. I have an LMN meeting for about an hour. I'm checking my accounts receivable, making sure that I know where things are at, looking at my Chase checking accounts. And then by noon, I'm usually getting antsy. The kids need to go down for naps. I usually go out and about, assist with the guys, do enhancement work, do some commercial bidding, so on and so forth. That's my Monday, right? I do that until about 3 o'clock. We've got gymnastics at 4. We go to family dinners at 5. We go out to eat on Monday because there's a great Mexican spot right next to where our gymnastics place is. Emmy likes chips and salsa like you wouldn't believe. And that's my Monday. There's no guesswork. Nothing's changing there, right? Unless I'm maybe going out of town or something, which I did this week. Thursday, social media day. I have this week I have a 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. And I don't leave barely about 5 minutes worth of space in between there to breathe. I don't need lunch. I don't care. I'm a big dinner kind of guy. I'll eat a meal bar or, a candy bar or, get something catered in and maybe I'll do a working lunch with something or somehow, or maybe I'll do a podcast and then Liz will order me DoorDash. Podcast lasts 30, 40 minutes, scarf down some food and I go. But I'm just telling you guys, this is the reality of somebody trying to grow 2 companies, trying to hire new folks, get new work, take it to the front. This is the middle, folks. This is what I'm trying to document for you, okay? So this is my schedule, my Mondays and Thursdays. I think they're very, very helpful. They keep me true north for both companies. It's allowed my wife to know where I'm at, what I'm doing. It's allowed my guys to know where I'm at and what I'm doing. I know what my guys and where they're at and what they're doing. And it's just been working out. Liz doesn't go, hey, I need you Monday at 8 a.m. for something, or I need you Thursday at 11 a.m. for something. Those are booked days. Those are my non-negotiable, blocked off scheduling kind of calendar days. And so what's the takeaway from this podcast? A lot of words just to say, I've noticed that if I can spend an hour or 2 working on the business versus in the business, before I just rush out the door to do production work, billing myself out for 75 or 100 or 200 bucks an hour, whatever it is, if I can just take 1 or 2 hours and get everything and everybody on the same sheet of music, give them the tools and the resources they need to get their jobs done and to grow, it just keeps everybody well-oiled, well-greased, and keeps the machines moving. And I noticed that that's what right now my company needs. That's what my folks need. That's what I need from my folks, if you know what I'm saying. And it's just allowing us to win. It's allowing us to grow, especially during the spring rush when it's freaking hair on fire going 100 miles an hour. It's so easy to just say, dude, we don't have time for a team meeting. 3 guys in production, 3 part-time guys here, myself, we can go do another commercial something or another mo job or whatever, make let alone billable time, but we can get more stuff done on the schedule. No. Let's touch base. Let's check in. Let's hit our accounts receivables. Let's make sure we're managing cash flow on all this other stuff. It's so vital. It's so critical. So the takeaway here, before you guys rush out the door on Monday, maybe consider adding a 1-hour team meeting. Maybe you don't have 5 guys that you got to schedule. Maybe it is just you. Okay, but before you rush out the door to go do a 6, 8, 10-hour solo mo day or landscape day, and then doing your accounts receivable at 11 p.m. at night or 6 p.m. at dinner, why don't you just take 15 minutes in the morning, send out some reminder emails. Hey, looking to get paid for that mulch job. Hey, just your credit card on file didn't process. I need you to update that. Get that done at 7 o'clock in the morning. Or maybe get up at, 6:30, wake up an extra half hour early, get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, shoot those a couple account receivable emails, get those out, and then go chase the next landscape job, mo job, and on the schedule, right? But this is what's helping me. I'm just trying to give it to you guys real time, how as I see it, how it's working for my company. Truly thankful, truly blessed with how things are working. But again, I wrote down the number one thing here. You got to get it out of your head. Okay. Nobody knows your intentions. Nobody knows what you're trying to do or trying to accomplish if you don't communicate it. And you know what, guys, I'll be honest with you. We're all grizzled vets and man's men, you know, and blue collar dudes. Communication and talking and letting folks know how you're thinking or how you're feeling. I know it's not usually a strength zone, but all the best folks that I've got to meet that have great companies, they're great at intrapersonal communication skills. They are good at getting it out of their head, communicating that to the team. They are good at verbalizing and communicating what's going on. And that's something that I think is a skill that is underappreciated, undervalued, underutilized for small business ownership. Okay. You can't just ramrod. You can't just be the guy that makes the magic. You can't just be the guy where the whole team rises and falls on you. That's called owning a job. I don't want a job. I want to own a business, and I want the business to prosper with or without me. Okay. And this is what I found to do. What we're doing so far, keeping 6, 7-ish guys moving and keeping our social media company alive and well, and that thing is growing, and keeping my marriage happy, keeping my kids happy. You know, when I run in the door, kids go, "Daddy, Daddy." They love me. They don't say, "Hey, we don't want to see that guy. He's a jerk." Right? So things are working well. This is what I've found to work for me. Hopefully it helps you guys out with some tips and some ideas here. Or maybe none of this is what you want to apply and you want to do something entirely different, but maybe some lightning bolts went off, some light bulbs went off, and you're like, "Hey, you know what? Tuesday's my day to get organized. I'm going to do this, this, and this." All right, fantastic. All right, that's the idea here. This is what's working for me. Hopefully it helps you guys out. Super appreciate you guys listening in. Super appreciate you guys supporting the podcast. Thanks so much for watching the YouTube channel, dropping those likes. If you guys need anything, please shoot me a DM, shoot me an email. I'm always here for you. I answer dozens of emails and questions every week, hundreds of DMs every week. Very, very grateful to be in the position I am to just serve you guys. If we can ever do anything for you, please let me know. If you guys ever want to reciprocate, the Brian's 10 code anywhere you go for Cujo Yardware, Ballard Products, Equipment Defender, promo code Brian. If you guys do want to, take the plunge into drink the Kool-Aid with us with LMN and so on and so forth, we always appreciate that. I'm sure there's some kickbacks and some referrals that we get with all that stuff. Thank you. Can't be more grateful and thankful enough for all the support that you guys give us and allow us to do what we do. All right, guys. Love ya. Appreciate ya. Have a great rest of the week. Let's go out there. Let's win big. We're chasing down some big revenue in May. Had our biggest month ever for Brian's Lawn Maintenance in April. Seriously, biggest month ever. We had $38,000 in new revenue that we billed out for in April. That doesn't count the flat rate monthly snows that we bill out for the first of the month, for some of our 5-month contracts. Some of them we bill, November to March. Other ones we bill December to April. So all in, I'd have to look. I was texting some friends of mine, just accountability and just excitement. I said I would have to imagine we probably did north of $45,000 to $50,000, maybe $55,000, if you will, in May. So last year we did $375,000. I'm not saying every month's going to be a $50,000 month, but if so, we're tracking to $550,000, $600,000. That was our goal with our LMN budget. We have a lot of big months where we need to continue to run that momentum, because February and March were not $50,000 months, if you know what I'm saying. We had no snow, and then March was brutal with horrible weather. I think we probably did $20,000 in revenue. So we got to make up if we're going to keep pace to hit that $500,000, $600,000 for Brian's Lawn Maintenance in 2024. Folks, things are good. I'm very, very blessed. I'm very, very grateful. I'm very, very thankful. Hope you guys are as well. We love you. We appreciate you. Go out there. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll catch up with you guys here on the next one.
Experience success at the Equip Expo in Louisville, Kentucky, October 15th through the 18th. It's the green industry's premier event, covering landscaping, lawn care, and outdoor equipment. Whether you're a new or seasoned pro, there is something for you. Join us for a welcome reception on Tuesday at Churchill Downs. New this year, we have happy hour with the Crashers on Wednesday, a blend of networking and a concert experience. And don't miss Energize, hosted by Brian Fullerton, where you'll get help with marketing, hiring, sales, and purchasing. Thursday night, it's Trace Atkins in concert. And new for 2024, we are introducing our Certification Center in the West Wing, offering certified courses in pesticide continuing education, turfgrass pesticide application, chemical application, and tree care and shrub. Parking is free. Use code Brian for 50% off your admission ticket. Click the link in the podcast description and join us at Equip October 15th through the 18th.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.